right, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Win the Week with Coach Sherea. I'm excited to be with you guys this Sunday. I know we had a holiday last week, and I decided to just not come on. All right, so welcome, you guys. We are going to get started. So again, this is Win the Week with Coach Sherea, Strategic Sundays, helping you to master your productivity, achieve your goals, and pursue your passions. And if you've ever been overwhelmed or unprepared for the week, this session is designed to help you plan your week in advance so your schedule doesn't take priority over you, but that you take priority over your schedule. I am Coach Sherea. I help individuals achieve their dreams through the power of goal setting by utilizing my yearly goals journal and joining my exclusive monthly membership program. The goal of this session is to get most out of your week by planning in advance, to stay on task with the life goals you set for yourself, to schedule your priorities rather than prioritizing your schedule, to create a consistent routine that will help you get more done during the week, which is this routine here. Keeping you accountable each week by setting a specific time to plan and to provide the resources and tools you need to plan a successful week. Oh, I'm sorry. So the ultimate goal is to reclaim your time so that you show up better in the world and you have more time to focus on what truly matters, which is you, your life, your passions, your purpose, to set and achieve your goals, to have time to pursue your dreams and to live out your purpose. A lot of times we put our dreams and our goals on the back shelf because, let me change this, because we don't have time. You know, did you work on your poetry today? No, I don't have time. I got to pay bills. Did you work on your, maybe you're a painter. Maybe there's things that you love to do, but they're not as important as the life activities that you need to handle. And so the goal is to handle those life activities so you have time for, to pursue your purpose, your dreams, your passions. And so before we begin, make sure you have your materials, your downloads. If you're part of the 1 Year Success Plan program, you have your downloads inside of the June folder. Make sure you create the right mood. You want to plan to be with me for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then after this session, you want to spend a little more time diving deeper into the topics like your meal planning or like your scheduling. If you have multiple calendars, you want to spend time on that. All right, so let's get ready. So repetition is the key to forming new habits. So each week, if you are here with me, you'll notice that we have the same core information. Every week I add a few updates or specific topics, but essentially we follow the same formula. And so the goal is to, again, establish a regular time and space for you to plan your week, your upcoming week. So we're going to be using Sherea 2024 Daily Planner. If you have the digital duo pack, it includes your daily planner and it also includes a digital copy of the 2024 Goals Journal. And if you are part of the 1 Year Success membership, you already have that inside of your membership, so you do not have to purchase that again. So if you don't have it, go ahead and scan that QR code, download what you need, and then you can go ahead and complete it. So let's take a look at what's in the planner. I'm going to skip a couple pages. So it comes with your monthly calendar. It comes with, so you can plan out your month. There's weekly. Let me kind of skim through that real quick. So you have your monthly planner all the way, and you can take this, you can upload it into your Good Notes too. You can print it out. I print mine out and put it in a 3-ring binder. And so your strategic Sundays it starts with your reflection worksheet. So you have your reflection worksheet, you have a space for your notes, you have your calendar for the week that has a place for you to put your weekly goals, your priorities, your personal to-do list, your habit tracker. You also have a place to put notes, and then your number one goal for that day, and then your top 3 priorities for the day. So again, you can print it out. You can also put that inside of your Good Notes. You have a space to put your weekly bills, your weekly meal plan, and your weekly goal accountability tracker. There's also a birthday calendar. So you want to now start working in your June calendar to see, what friends and family have birthdays. There's an anniversary calendar. Maybe you have friends that have, anniversaries, and that could be work anniversaries. It could be marriage anniversaries. That way you stay on top if you need to get gifts or if you need to plan for that as well. And then there's just some expense trackers if you have a business, or maybe you're tracking things from your job. There's an expense tracker there that you can use. So yeah, I believe this planner is about 300 pages. And so it's good to be able to break it down into parts as you need it. All right. So again, you can print it. You can put it in your Good Notes. I used to have an actual planner that you could purchase, but it was so expensive for because it's so big. It's about 300-400 pages. So the cost on that, and then the cost to have it shipped, I just made it electronic and kind of added it as a free option or like a bonus option with the journal. And that way you can upload it. And if you want to print it, you can print it yourself. You can print it at like Office Depot or Office Max or something like that. So what do these 3 have in common? Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Jeff Bezos. They are not only extraordinarily wealthy and incredibly successful, but they have revolutionized the way we do business and life. And each one of them, it appears that they are living their dreams and their purpose, things that they set out early on in their career, and they just came in and dominated the space that they were in. But also, they all have 24 hours. And so they're able to maximize their 24 hours. So we all get the same 24 hours. Time is the great equalizer. And so despite the diversity in our gifts, our skills, our life circumstances, family dynamics, we all get 24 hours. The mom, the CEO, the business owner, you don't get more time because you have more responsibilities. We have to try to fit those responsibilities into our daily routine. So what I do, I start with reflection. Follow effective action with quiet reflection. From quiet reflection will come more effective action. So in my pursuit of progress, I used to neglect the savor of the present moment. And so without pausing, reflecting, analyzing, we kind of miss those moments. So we should reflect because reflection transforms experiences into insights. Sometimes things happen and we kind of deal with those things in the moment. But if we sit back and reflect on the lesson, we may even see that experience in a different light. We may be able to process it differently. We may be able to move forward better. And so just kind of being in a state of mindfulness in the moment, saying, what is happening here? I know I used to be a part of a church and the pastor used to say, what is God doing? Because sometimes we see things happening and moving, but then it's like, what is God doing though? Let me process this moment and see what's really happening. And so I always start the week with reflection. I try to start the month with reflection, and I always start the new year with the reflection. What happened last year? How do I want this year to look? What was my theme for last year, like the theme that kept coming up. Maybe it was health, and maybe I need to focus more on my health in the upcoming year. Maybe it was some things I didn't understand. Maybe I got myself into a different circle. And so the new year is going to be more of a personal development year. So you can kind of reflect on where you are, what's happening. That way you can make adjustments, right? So, I have a lot of reflections from last week. Um, there's a couple of interesting things that happened. I also, in addition to my business, I work a second job, and I had some unfortunate situations that happen, but they end up working themselves out. And so that taught me how to move forward and how to kind of navigate this week. So because of what happened last week, it kind of helped me to set myself up and kind of navigate this week. And I learned some really I learned some lessons, and I gained some insights too into myself and some of my abilities. My daughter had a baby shower, so that was like a significant milestone in our family. Actually, writing a blog post about that, so that triggered some, emotional childhood emotions, things like that. I hired a virtual assistant, so that's going to help me improve my business. I experienced like some allergic reactions this week for some reasons, like all over. So I'm trying to get get a food chart, a food diary, and see what really was happening last week. I coach 13 individuals, every Saturday. And so get a chance to help them with their offer and help them with their business. So that's been challenging and exciting. And I purchased an espresso machine, or my husband purchased us an espresso machine. So that's like a practical investment. It'll save us a little bit of money on these oat milk shaken espressos that we get from Starbucks. And actually, it's been tasting a little better than Starbucks. So shout out to my husband, barista. This upcoming week, we have my mother-in-law's funeral. So that's going to be an interesting week and a lot of emotional, it's going to be kind of emotional this week for us. And then I'm planning on having a good week this week. It's probably going to be, I'm not sure, but I'm going to try to keep myself motivated, keep myself hydrated, and tackle this week. So to mastering your daily schedule. So here's what I do first. I put in my work and family schedule first. If you have kids, and I would say put in your kids' schedule, because usually if you're a mom or you have a family, your kids' schedule trumps everything, whether they have events, recitals, PTA events, food drives, or things like that. So I put my work schedule. If you work a 9 to 5, you're probably going to be there Monday through Friday at a certain time. So put that in. Then I go through my personal schedule for work events or church events or business events. I review my birthday and anniversary calendars, put those in. If I'm volunteering at church, any kind of marriage ministry or praise team items, reviewing special events, fun calendars, my John Maxwell calendar. So anything that I'm involved in on the side, I put those in next. And then any adjustments or changes, maybe you were working one shift and now you're working another shift. Maybe you had a weekly meeting that went from a Thursday to a Monday. Maybe you're a part of a praise team or part of a band, and maybe your rehearsals went from Tuesday nights to Wednesday nights. Those things require a shift. And so you want to kind of shift your calendar. Maybe you need to make some arrangements for childcare, things like that. And so I do my adjustments and changes. I probably should do my adjustments and changes first, but I don't. So what's coming up? June is a new month, new focus, new budget. We're working on our fun. So that's fun to work on fun goals. And then we have Father's Day coming up on June 16th. And then we go into July. You have July 4th. There's a Parents' Day, July 28th, National Ice Cream Day. So you have fun things that are happening in July. I use the everyday calendar to look at some fun events. I didn't see anything that struck me. I know summer starts June 20th. So that's something that's interesting. They have National Peanut Butter Cookie Day, movie night, root beer day, catfish day, social media day. And then for the month, there's like camping month, soul food month. And so if some of those things resonate with you, or some of those things you can use in your business, you can participate in them, some kind of fun things. So now we're going to go into time blocking. Time blocking allows you to intentionally schedule your most important tasks. It prevents you from filling your days reactively. So I'm going to show you a little bit of my time blocking. So my time blocking, I have to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. So I try to be in the bed by 9:30. Sometimes it's sooner. Sometimes I had a call the other day at 2:30 in the morning. And so I went to bed earlier so I can get up. And then I try to make sure I had a nap. And then my morning routine is about 70 minutes. So with a hygiene, a shower, and skin routine, and prayer, devotion, and then I have an accountability call from 4:40 to 6:15. I have a new work schedule, which is really affecting my accountability call. But usually I take the call now, and now I get in the car and drive. So my main time block to do things is 5 to 9:30. And so I'm home. I have to make dinner during that time. I have to make my calls during that time if I'm doing any workshops or videos. So my time blocking for my personal or business items is 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. But I have to be in bed by 9:30 in order to get the sleep that I need to get up by 4. And then Saturday, I have a coaching call at 6 a.m. And then Sundays, besides this call, I usually keep this day. I try to keep this day free. And I try to keep this day free for, if I want to go eat out, if I want to hang out, if I want to watch a movie, I don't want to feel guilty. I'll have something. So usually if it's a Sunday appointment, unless it's a family event, then it's a no. Consolidate. So I also see what I can consolidate in any of these routines. So maybe I'm doing my morning hygiene routine, but I'm listening to an audiobook. Maybe I'm listening to my audiobook and I'm on the treadmill. And so I try to think about how can I incorporate some of, trying to get more time back, which is our struggle sometimes. And then your monthly budget. And so now that we're in a new month, maybe since it's Father's Day, do you have that? Is that's an additional cost added to your budget? So you want to work on your monthly budget. And as you work on your monthly budget, then you want to see what's coming out that budget on the upcoming week, since we're working on our week. And I use Every Dollar, Dave Ramsey app. I've been using that for years, maybe, I don't know, since he came out with it, maybe 15 years I've been using it. And I love it. Meal planning. So those of you who, have families, or you have more, because sometimes it is cheaper to just eat out if you're single by yourself than it is to get groceries and have them wasted. So you have to see what your budget is and what's better for you and your family. I think for me, I cook, I usually cook every night, or I make breakfast and I make our lunches. We don't really eat out that much unless we have upcoming events or things that we are trying to rush to get to and I don't have time, or like we have a monthly event. If we're going to an event straight from somewhere else, then we'll make a plan to eat out. Sometimes on Fridays we'll eat out, like Chipotle or In-N-Out or something like that. It kind of saves me from cooking and washing dishes, so things like that. The benefits of meal planning: you can portion control, you can eat healthier, allergy management. I'm allergic to tree nuts. And so when I plan my meals, I know that I'm not going into a restaurant or an atmosphere that would affect what my allergies and what I'm allergic to, that puts me, in harm's way. And so when you plan in advance, you can manage your allergic reactions. It saves time, eliminates stress if you know what you're going to cook and eat. Um, Disadvantages of not planning is sometimes you make impulse purchases. You could spend more money. If you go to McDonald's and they have a hash brown that's $3, and you go to Trader Joe's and they have a whole pack of hash browns that's $3, you can feed your whole family and have a bigger breakfast and probably a more fulfilling breakfast at a cheaper rate. So increased consumption of processed foods. If you don't meal plan, you're probably likely to eat out more and you don't have control over your calories and stuff like that. And higher food costs. Is more expensive to eat out than it is at home most times. So here's my 4-step method to meal planning. I review my calendar. So based on my calendar and my commitment, that will influence my meal choices for the week. So say like on Thursdays, I have a call I have a 9 to 5. So by the time I get off, my call is at 4. And so either if I know that call is every Thursday, then I know that's a crock pot night, or I know that's an eat out night. Then I take inventory. I take inventory of what I have existing in the pantry. Is there a lot of salmon left over? Is there a lot of chicken left over? Or how many cans of green beans do I have? How much broccoli do I have? So based on my vegetables, I'm putting together my menu going, okay, next week we're going to start with fish. We're going to have broccoli. We're going to have chicken. We're going to have green beans. We're going to have this. Okay, now by Thursday and Friday, maybe there's no more meat in the fridge for those days. So now I'm planning those Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday based on what I have in inventory. Then I do my shopping list. Even though I put on my list what I want, maybe there's something happening at the store. Maybe there's a sale. Maybe they don't have the ingredients that I need. Maybe I see something else I want to try. So after I do my inventory check, I do my shopping list, then I finalize my menu. So when I finalize my menu, I usually post it on the fridge so everybody knows, hey, this is what we're having this week. And so that is my 4-step method to meal planning: calendar review, inventory check, shopping list, and then I finalize my menu. So this is kind of, again, reviewing your calendar. You can plan meals that fit your schedule and reduce stress. So maybe, again, checking your work schedule. Identify days with late nights or early mornings when quick meals are needed. Maybe you're in a conference all day and they're providing meals for you. A lot of time, have you ever went to work, took your lunch, spent all that time, and you forgot that the corporation was buying lunch for you that day? And so just remembering what the work schedule is and planning accordingly. Social events. Maybe there's a party you're going to after work. Maybe there's a party you're going to Saturday night. And then there's no need to plan dinner for Saturday night if you know you have a special social event that's coming up. Reviewing your family activities. Maybe your kids have a sports event or a function at school, or maybe you're doing a travel ball. So now you know you need to plan a bigger lunch or a picnic lunch, or maybe you're going to eat at the stadium. And then doctor's appointments. So things that affect your meal timing and preparation. And so you want to definitely look at your calendar before you plan certain meals for that day of the week, because you might have to switch it up. Hey, Monday is going to be a crock pot day. Friday, we're going to go ahead and eat out because we have a special event. And that way you get ahead of your calendar and schedule. So here's the inventory check. So I check out my pantry to make sure I have all my ingredients. You do not want to start cooking and then you figure, hey, I don't have no garlic salt. Now you're going all the way to the store. So whatever you're planning on making, make sure you have your ingredients ready. Scan your pantry. Make sure you scan the freezer for any frozen items. Identify what's your expiration dates to make sure that things that needed to be refrigerated were actually refrigerated. Missing ingredients. Checking the fridge for perishables, things that are outdated, spoiled milk, things like that. And then consider your meal. So you're considering your meal ideas based on what you have in stock. Okay. Oops. So yeah, we talked about this benefits of um, scanning your fridge. Is like accommodate your schedule changes, minimizes food waste, utilizes existing ingredients, and streamlines grocery shopping. And so when you kind of scan your fridge first and do your inventory check, it should save you a little bit of money and save you a lot of time. And once you get into the habit, you'll be able to do it like clockwork. So here's something for your inspiration for meal planning. You know, meatless Mondays, Taco Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Crockpot Thursday, Fast Food Friday, Salad Saturday. So maybe if you don't know what you're going to cook, or maybe you don't, maybe having a menu, having a menu is a little daunting. You can have themes for your day. Hey, I don't know what I'm making on Tuesday, but I know it's going to be taco related. Hey, I don't know what I'm making on a Thursday, but I know it's going in a crock pot. You know, so I don't know what I'm doing on Saturday, but I know it's going to have something to do with a salad. And so you could do things like that to make it easier for you. And then there's meal planning services. Target has meal bags now. So if you go into Target, you'll see them already have meals prepared for you. Not prepared for you, but they'll have some of the ingredients in the bag. You just pick up the bag. It may be chili. They already have the meat, they have the beans, they have the seasonings. So that has, if you like to cook, that's already kind of set up for you a little bit easier. And so that helps. Just go pick up four bags or 5 bags for the week and you're set. So now we go into goal setting. And so with the 2024 goals journal, it's divided into 12 categories and we break down those categories every month. So now that we're in a new month of June, second day in June, working on our fun goals. And so this is your time to review your vision board, review your routines for the month, get your monthly strategy, your reading plan together, and focus on whatever that topic is. Now, here's our reading plan for June. So, whatever your fun goals are, you want to write those down. That's on page 129 to 133. Then you want to research the books and magazines that you need. So, maybe one of my fun goals is horseback riding. So now maybe I want to research the books and magazines on horseback riding, the gear that I need when I'm on the horse. Maybe I want to know more about horses. Maybe I want to research where I'm going to go to ride the horse at. So then writing out my affirmations, because sometimes, you know, in my head, I've seen horses flip people, and maybe my affirmations are like, the horse loves me. I'm excited about riding the horse. We are one. You know, whatever affirmations you need for your fun goals. Creating a visual of me riding a horse, having fun, smiling, and then creating a weekly, monthly, or yearly routine. Maybe I want to ride a horse every year. Maybe I want to go once a month. Maybe I go that one time and I absolutely love it, and I want to make that my new hobby. Maybe I go and I absolutely hate it, and I never want to do it again. But at least I've tried it, and now I want to put some other activity on my calendar that's regularly for having fun. Maybe every Friday I'm gonna go play golf. Maybe every Saturday I'm gonna go bowling. And so you want to create some type of activity that takes you away from whatever else is happening and puts you in a fun mode. And then June 28th, the last week, we are reflecting and celebrating your success. All right, and you have a sample routines to use as a guide. So, say like Marriage Monday, maybe you're working on your relationship, and every Monday you're going to a movie with your spouse. Maybe you're eating dinner with your spouse. Maybe you're reading a book with your spouse. And so, dedicate Mondays to your marriage. Maybe you're having breakfast together or coffee together. Meatless Monday, if you're working on your health, maybe every Monday you're not going to have meat. Money Monday. And these are just examples. Money on Mondays, I'm going to work on my money. I'm going to work on my budget. I'm going to work on my bills. I'm going to work on my taxes. Take a break Tuesday. Maybe on Tuesday, I'm taking a break. If you don't take a break the whole day, maybe you take a break at night. Maybe you work all day and you say on Tuesdays, I'm only going to work half a day. On Tuesdays, I'm going to take an hour lunch instead of a 30-minute lunch. And so this is where you start creating your routines and your habits so you can, based on the goals that you set for yourself. What are you reading? So this week was kind of tough for me as far as reading. So I listen to a lot of audio. I listen to Day Trading Attention by uh, Gary V. And this is a big book with a lot of info. I think, let's see, this is hardcover. It's a lot of info in here. So right now with my schedule, it's better for me to read this. It's 240 pages. It's better for me to listen to it. And then I've also been reading Story Selling because they don't have an audio book version. And I've been listening to Power Moves by Sarah Jakes. And then our book of the month for the Goal Setters Club is Unboard Games because we are focused on fun. And so it's like a little book, and it has games and it has how to play. So I think this is pretty good. So I've been doing this. Of course, my 2024 goals journal, and then my day trading. And Sarah Jake's book, I don't know where it's at. I have that. But anyway, I have her book in audio and book form and hardcover. So based on your goals that you have, or your number one goal for this year, or your number one goal for the month, or your goal for your fun goal, what books do you need to read for you? These are the books that I'm reading for myself. And so you want to see what books you want to read for yourself. So again, for the Goal Setters Club, our book of the month is Unboard Games, and we have a whole book list for the year that we read once a month. And once you get everything into your calendar, what I do, so I write everything out first because it's therapeutic for me. I write everything out. I go through my calendar. I rearrange everything. And then I use Google Calendar. And then all my calendars in Google Calendar are color coded. And then in my app, it shows me, I put alerts on, and it kind of shows me what I'm doing every day for the week. And so I can kind of look at that. It has the dates, it has the addresses of where I need to be. If I'm attending another meeting with someone else, I share that calendar with them, and it gives them alert too. So I've used a lot of different calendars. I like Google Calendar. All right. And so now that you are, you have everything in, you're ready to go, you're ready to execute. Now you can streamline. What items can be automated? Now you can use whatever flow that you want. Maybe you feel like you want to streamline in the beginning. I don't. I want to see everything. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what my day looks like. I want to see if I have time for rest. I want to see if I have time for fun. I want to see if I have time for my activities, my business. And then based on that, now you're streamlining. What can you automate? What can you delegate? What can you consolidate? And what can you just straight eliminate? I'm not even doing this. It don't belong on the schedule. We're not doing this no more. Most things that you can do right now is cooking or cleaning or shopping. There's Instacart, there's delivery services, there's cleaning services, there's people that'll shop for you. And so I think there's TaskRabbit or something like that will do jobs for you. Maybe you've been cutting the yard and you need to get that hour, and maybe it's going to be cheaper for you to hire somebody else to cut the yard, cut your grass, so you could do other activities. So now you want to say, what can I do this week? Maybe now that you put your kids' calendar in, your work calendar, maybe there's a parent whose kid is in your soccer class or soccer practice, or in the band with your kid. And maybe you guys can work that out and say, hey, I'll pick up the kids this week. Can you pick them up next week? And now you have that whole week you're buying time. So now in the streamlining and delegation, you're trying to figure out, how can I get my time back? And the reason why you want that time back is so you can work on your goals and your passions and your dreams, right? This tip sheet is inside of your portal. So if you're in the 1 year success plan, you have that in your portal. But these are just some tips, like, plan for change. If you have a new work schedule, if you're in a new group, if you picked up a new hobby, maybe you have new friends, you have new clients. Onboarding is crazy. So, hiring my first virtual assistant, just doing all the onboarding and the passwords and setting up a schedule for her. In my planning, I put, I'm going to have somebody to help me. But in the initial planning, I have to set up what I need her to help me with. And that could be a lot. And so you want to plan for the unplanned. Setting up alerts and reminders on your phone. Sometimes, like, I have a reminder to remind me to drink water. It'll come up, say, hey, drink some water. So every hour I have an alert on my phone to make sure, because I've been dehydrated before, especially if you drink a lot of coffee or you drink those energy drinks, or you drink things that deplete your hydration or your water. You want to make sure you stay hydrated. So using checklists, and sometimes you need to keep a to-don't list. I know we have to-do lists, but sometimes you have to say, I'm not doing this week. The more you're on social media, the more that you put yourself out there. If you have a business, you have people who want to collaborate with you. You have people that want you to do projects for them. Sometimes you have to say, well, I can't do this project at this time because now it's adding on to my schedule. And if you already plan like this and someone's asking you to join them, you can look at your whole schedule and see whether you have time or you don't have time. So resources to help you. You have your 2024 goals journal, which is now going to be called the Ultimate Goals Handbook. So November, this will be our last year with the 2024 goals journal and goals planner. We have a new name, new color, same vision. We also have a Strategic Sundays playlist. You can find that on Spotify. And if you have a business, we have a 2024 business marketing calendar, and that comes inside of your packet as well in the portal. So again, your resources, you have your anniversary calendar that is in your packet. You have tips on birthdays, buying birthday cards in advance, keeping a budget for that. And then there's a reminder of some of the tasks that you would need to add to your calendar in addition to actual events, like planning your outfits for the week, checking the weather, any self-care items you need, laundry, making sure you have time for your relationships, your friends, family, doctor's appointments, things like that. Okay, so again, it's not too late to reach your goals. I know it's June. We're halfway there, and it is a 2024 goals journal, but there's so much information in here. The dynamic duo, go ahead and scan that and get a copy of that to help you close out this year. And then also, if you want to be a part of our Goal Setters Mastermind group, our yearly program, go ahead and click the QR code for that. And thank you so much. It wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. It was not raining when he built the ark for the rain. He planned in advance. He kept his ear to God. He was listening. He was paying attention to the atmosphere, the surroundings around him. He did not get discouraged. He probably did get discouraged. He had to motivate himself. He knew the assignment, and he stayed focused. And so this is the time to plan. Plan when there's not an emergency, not having to, not letting your schedule run you. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining me for Strategic Sundays Win the Week with Coach Sherea. The replay will be available inside of your portal if you're part of the 1 Year Success Program. You guys have an awesome Sunday, and I will see you next Sunday.